Hello and welcome in our YouTube channel Metallurgical Facts. So we are doing previous year paper solutions of Vizag RNL Management Trainee, and in this video series we are doing only metallurgical engineering part. Before this part we have given 7 part of this video series, and this is part 8 of this video series. Okay, so this is only paper available for RNL Vizag as a previous year paper. Okay, so that's why we are trying to solve every questions that was asked in 2017. So the first question is, which test is suitable for extremely thin metal plates? Okay, so they are asking about, this is the hardness test. In options they have given hardness test, Vickers hardness, Knoop hardness, VHN test, that is Brinell hardness test, and Rockwell hardness test. Okay, so asking for thin metal plates. Okay, so whenever they will ask about thin metal plates or electroplated layers, or they may ask also ask like that, the corroded layer, how we can measure the thickness of corroded layer. So in these all cases, or this is also known as thin layer plates. So whenever they will ask about these all things, electroplated, corrosion layer, corroded layer, or thin layer, or how we can measure the hardness of these things, so every time we need to do micro hardness test, and only micro hardness test in this option is Knoop hardness test is available. So B part is correct for this question. Okay, so in revised syllabus of GATE 2021, they excluded this topic, this hardness test, from the GATE metallurgy syllabus. Okay, so that's why I'm not asking about focusing on this Vickers hardness and BHN and Rockwell hardness again. Okay, so only thing you can remember from this question is, for thin plates we use Knoop hardness test. So the next question is, a steel tank contains hydrogen at constant pressure 10 atm with a vacuum outside. So vacuum is at outside. The hydrogen concentration at inner surface of the tank is equals to 10 kg per meter cube. Okay, so the C1 is given, that is 10 kg per meter cube. The diffusion coefficient of hydrogen in steel at room temperature is, so they also give the diffusion coefficient, that is, you may say that this is D naught, that is diffusion coefficient, or or diffusion constant, that is 10 to power minus 9 meter square per second. Okay, so this is the data they have given. Calculate the rate at which the hydrogen escapes through the wall of the steel tank, which has the thickness. So they have given thickness, that is dx is also given, that is 5 mm. Okay, so outer side of the tank is at vacuum side, so the concentration of the hydrogen in that side, that is C2, is 0. Okay, so now what we will do, we will try to apply the steady state law, that is, when the steady state is stabilized, we can use the fixed force law, that is J is equals to minus D dc by dx. So this is the simple question of diffusion, or you can say this is a part of mass transfer. Okay, in revised syllabus of GATE metallurgy. So this J is equals to D naught, or D is given, that is 10 to power minus 9. DC is basically 10 kg per meter cube. That is because this C2 is 0, because they have mentioned that at outer surface, that is 0, that is vacuum, so there is no hydrogen in outer side. Okay, so that is 10 by dx is given, that is 5 mm, and 5 mm you have to change into the meter, so 5 into 10 power minus 3. Okay, so from here what we will get, this J value, that is flux. Okay, so they are asking about the rate. So this rate is actually the flux. If we will able to calculate this flux, that is the rate of that, the rate at which the hydrogen escapes through the wall of the thick steel tank. Okay, so 2 into 10 power 6 kg per meter square second is the answer for this question. Okay, so this J B part is correct for this question. Question is, among which the stainless steel used for making surgical instrument. Okay, so there are many types of this stainless steel, that is ferritic, martensitic, austenitic, precipitation hardenable, and many other type of the stainless steel. So they are asking about which of the following stainless steel type is used for surgical instrument. Okay, so the mostly martensitic is used for the surgical instrument. This is used for the surgical instrument, or you can say all type of biomedical applications. Okay, so this is used for biomedical applications. Sometimes we use austenitic stainless steel also, but mostly we use martensitic grade for surgical tools. Okay, and austenitic steel is basically used for cryogenic applications. Okay, so B part is correct for this question. So the next question is, estimate the Young's modulus of the material which has bonding characteristics is given by this formula. In this video series, in previous part, we did this. We derivated this formula, that is U is potential energy, basically. U is equals to minus A by R the power n plus B R the power m. Okay, so this is the formula, and this n is constant, this m is constant, A is constant, B is constant. I already told you in previous video. So n is equals to 1 given, m is equals to 9, this is also given, A is also given 7.68 10 to the power minus 29 joules. Okay, and they are asking about the equilibrium distance between the bonding atoms is also given. That means R is given, that you can take it as R or R naught. Okay, so this is 2.5 multiplied by 10 power minus 10 meters. So these all values are given, but we don't know about the B. Okay, so for this question, they are asking estimate the Young's modulus. Young's modulus, how we can calculate, how we can relate by this formula. So for calculating the Young's modulus, we need to understand about the bonding characteristics, and we need to find from this formula only. Okay, so E is equals to 1 by R naught. By there is a derivation for this formula, but I am writing here directly. So D square U by dr square. So if you will able to do double derivative of this formula, so you will able to calculate this E, that is Young's modulus. Okay, so in this question, what we will do, we will first try to find this B value. Okay, so for finding the B value, what we will do, du by dr is equals to 0. So for finding the B value, we are doing this du by dr. So first derivative we will take like that, du by dr. I am direct putting the values of the given data, or like n value and m value. Okay, so a r square minus 9b r 10. Okay, so this will be equals to 0. So from here now we will able to calculate this b is equals to a multiplied by r the power 8, because this will be cancelled. Okay, so r power 8 by 9. Now what we will do, we will put this value, a is given, r is given. Okay, so a is 7.68 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 29, and into sorry, this is a value, r value is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 10. Okay, by 9, and this is the whole 8. Okay, so from here we will able to calculate this b value will be equals to 1.30 multiplied by 10 to the power uh, 10 to the power minus 106. Okay, so this will be equals to 10 power 106 joule meter the power 9. Okay, so from here we get the B value, that is constant, and we able to calculate this value by derivating first derivative. Okay, so we need to do this second derivative for calculating the elastic modulus. Okay, so d square u by dr square, if we will do, then we will find minus 2a by r naught cube plus 90b upon r the power 11. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll put this r value, a value, b value. So minus 2 multiplied by 7.68 multiplied by 10 power minus 29 by r value is 2.5 multiplied by 10 power minus 10, and this will be a whole cube, plus 90b value is 1.30 multiplied by 10 power minus 106. Okay, so calculation is lengthy, and without calculator this was not possible in 2017 to calculate these values sometimes. Okay, so this was the reason behind the cancellation of that exam also. Okay, so r naught is 2.5 multiplied by 10 power minus 10, and that will be equals to 10 power 11, sorry, power 11. And from here we will able to calculate the value of this d square u by dr square, and that will be equals to 39.3 multiplied by sorry, this 39.3. Okay, so how we will able to calculate this, E is equals to 1 by r, and r value is 2.5 multiplied by 10 to power 10, that is minus, and multiplied by 39.3. So from here we will able to calculate, that will be equals to 157 giganewton per meter square. Okay, so this B part is correct for this question. So here we will get into like that. We will get 15.72 multiplied by 10 power 10. Then we will able to calculate this in giganewton by doing like that. 15.7172 into 10 power 10, and this 157 into 10 power 9, that will be in giganewton. So this B part is correct. So the next question is, cold working of oxide superconductors is possible with, they have given four options, that is high hydrostatic pressure, moderate tensile stress, large tensile force, none of these. Okay, so for cold working of oxide superconductors, these oxide superconductors are basically very brittle in nature and reactive also. So they are very special treatment has been done for these things, these oxide superconductors. And during the cold working of this oxide superconductor, we use high hydrostatic pressure. So A part is correct for this question. And in addition, I'm telling you that the explosive forming process and isostatic forming process is used for this oxide superconductor. So these are the two forming processes which is used for oxide superconductors, and oxide superconductors are cold worked by using this high hydrostatic pressures. Okay, so A part is correct for this question. Thank you guys for your attention. Hope you guys have learned something new in this video. We will try to add rest of the parts as soon as possible before RINL 2020 exam, and subscribe our channel and press bell icon to get notification for upcoming videos. Thank you.